Hi everybody, I'm Zilla Blitz and welcome to episode 4 in our campaign game with the Hunters, GMT's game of U-boat simulation where you get to command a U-boat from 1939 until 1943. We've had 3 successful missions so far. It's April 1940. Our second watch officer has now developed into an expert, and it's time for us once again to head back out into the Atlantic. Will our luck hold up, or have the fates something else in store for us? Let's jump in and find out. Let's do a quick recap before we start our 4th patrol. We've had 3 patrols so far, all 3 successes, although it must be said that the previous 2 patrols were mine-laying patrols, which did help quite a bit in terms of achieving success there. We've sunk 4 ships so far for 20,600 tons, and a reminder that the defeat level of the game is anything less than 50,000 tons. So if we were to sink U-Boat 86 on this mission, this would be an ignominious career for this U-boat. So we have a long way to go before we even reach what's considered to be the draw level in the game. But with that being said, oh yes, our second watch officer, Commander Ray, has now developed into an expert at his craft. And with that being said, that's a quick sum up. Let's jump into assigning our patrol and get this U-boat out into the waters. Now, because it's April 1940, the patrol assignment chart changes here. We could actually get a start. We're going to start to be able to kind of reach into Norwegian patrols up here by the Arctic Circle. We could also end up with an Atlantic patrol down by much further away from our ports here. So things start to change now as we're in April 1940. Our first task is to see where our mission goes, and once again, because of our rank at level 2, on a die roll of 1, we get to choose our assignment. A 4, we do not get to choose our assignment. So let's roll to see where we get assigned here. I'm actually kind of hoping for British Isles, and I'm hoping we don't get mines again this time. An 8. An 8 is, in April 1940, the British Isles. Excellent. This is good. I think that is probably the most target-rich environment for us, and also there's a lack of escorts in this area, so that I think that really can help. As we go further into the game, more and more we're going to be running into ships that have escorts or part of convoys and stuff like that, so the likelihood that we're going to run into trouble increases. So the British Isles is a nice place to go, especially as we're still early in our career. Let's get started. So U-86 heads out of its pen in Germany, heads into the transit zone here in the English Channel, and we're going to run to see if we run into some aircraft, hoping for a big dice roll to transition safely. Get a 6. Yes, we've made it through our first zone. Let's now head through the channel out into the Atlantic to our second transit zone, hoping once again for a big die roll. A 9. Nice. We've successfully transitioned into the British Isles patrol zone. So let's start patrolling. So here is our first zone, hoping again for that 5 and an 8. Those are the lucky numbers, really. A 3 is nothing. Okay, so we will move into our second zone here, hoping we get some targets here. Let's get another one. A 4 is nothing. Ugh. Need a better periscope or something like that. Let's try again. Come on, give us a ship here, please. A 4. Nothing. What a drab patrol this is turning out to be. We're just finding empty ocean. Our last chance to find a ship. This has been our lucky spot, though, hasn't it? An 8. Excellent. A ship. Yes. Okay, let's set this up. So the first thing we need to do is to see if it's day or night. On a 1 to 3, it's day. A 4. Excellent. Nighttime. It doesn't really seem to matter, I think, with the day-night, with the unescorted raids, but we do know now that it is nighttime, so let's get that marked. We also want to see what type of ship it is, hoping for a nice big fat tanker. Come on, give us a 6. A 1. Small freighter. I mean, we can't complain. It's a target. We'll try to take it out. Now we need to roll our 2 10-sided dice to determine what small freighter this is. We roll, we get a 37. 37 is the 4,700-ton Starcross. So that's actually, for a small freighter, that's a pretty good amount of tonnage here. So we'll take it. Let's drop the Starcross right out here on the chart. And now it's up to us to determine what we're going to do, whether we're going to come in on the surface at close range or far range. It is at night, so we will come in on the surface, and we, of course, as always, with an unescorted ship, we're going to come right up to it and start firing away with our deck guns. So let's get the combat started. as has been our pattern so far, we're going to start out with using our deck gun ammo. It's going to be 2 shots, and if we could start relatively straightforward with no dice roll modifiers, because we're at close range, we need an 8 or less. Let's have it. There we go. 6. Our first round of salvos hits. Let's go to our second round. 6. Excellent. We get 2 hits. So this one, interestingly enough, because we've hit twice with the deck guns, we may not need our torpedoes because it's only going to take 2 damage to knock it out. We're going to roll to see what kind of damage our deck guns give us. But this is a done deal. We've got 2 successful hits. So let's just roll the 2 dice, and we get a 5 and a 6. Each one does 1 damage, but that's enough to take the small freighter Starcross, blow it apart, and send it to the bottom of the Atlantic. Our 5th kill. Congratulations. Very, very straightforward on this one because both of our deck guns hit. It made it pretty easy to take care of. So let's head back for home. All right, so U-86 escapes the patrol zones, starts to transition back to the north of Scotland. We'll be on the watch out for aircraft. Here we go. Get a 7. We've transitioned through this first zone, heading down to the east of Scotland towards our U-boat pens in Germany. Let's see again if we can elude the aircraft once more. Another 9. That worked out. We slide back into harbor. What a can of corn patrol that was. I mean, that was pretty straightforward. I wish we could have had more encounters. We didn't even fire a torpedo in that one. I mean, we just walked up to the ship with a deck gun, blew it apart, and then headed home. That was about as easy, I think, as it gets. I have a feeling, so our last 3 patrols have been relatively uneventful. We haven't run into aircraft. We haven't been depth charged. But one of the things I get a sense from the way this game works is that everything can be going wonderfully, and then all of a sudden, it's not. But we'll take the easy ones when we get them, because I don't imagine they're all going to be anywhere close to this easy. We've had a pretty good run of luck so far. With that being said, let's jump in and transition. Let's get our U-86 refitted. Let's check to see if we've got any advancements, and we'll get this ready for our next patrol. So this is pretty much the easiest refit ever. We just have to put a little bit of ammo back in our deck gun, and we're all ready to go again. But this does take a month to do in game terms. So May 1940, we spend in Germany, re-energizing and get ready for our next patrol, which will be in June of 1940. Results of this one, pretty straightforward. Successful mission because we sunk something. That gives us 4 missions and 4 successes. We did take out the 4,700-ton Starcross, which adds on to our 2,600 tons previously, giving us 25,300 tons, which is halfway out of the defeat zone. So we need another roughly 25,000 tons to get to the level of a draw in the campaign. So we're making progress, although I feel like this easy part of the game, it'd be nice if we were racking up some more tonnage early on in the game like this. I have a sense things are going to get harder sooner than later. So, but we'll take what we can get right now. So, nothing in terms of promotions or advancements. We would have to have a year on duty for the commander to get a possible promotion, and that was our 4th successful patrol, so we need 2 more successful patrols to roll again on crew advancement. So, with that being said, that brings us to the end here. 4 missions, 4 patrols, 4 successes. Our crew stays the same. We will refit, and we will be back at it in June 1940. So, short mission, easy mission. And I get a sense that we're going to be, it's not always going to be like this. So we don't want to get complacent, that's for sure. So we'll see you again in June 1940. If you've enjoyed this rather short episode, please give it a thumbs up as it helps the channel out a ton. And if you're new, please consider subscribing. Episode 5 will be up in a couple days. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great day.